Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this special webinar series on TPO. This will be happening every Monday, focused on CENTA International Teaching Professionals Olympiad, which is popularly known as TPO. Today is the 12th webinar of the series on decoding CENTA International TPO on the computer science track. I'm very happy and privileged to introduce today's special guest and guest facilitator for the day, Ms. Shilpi Agarwal, as you can all see on the screen. Ms. Shilpi
Hello
Agarwal,
everyone.
hi ma'am, hi. A quick introduction about Shilpi ma'am. Ms. Shilpi Agarwal has been a computer science teacher for the last 18 years. She's also been a math teacher in between, but mainly a computer science teacher. She currently works in Cambridge section of City Montessori School, Lucknow, as a computer facilitator and CAIE exam officer. As a computer teacher, her role is that of a true technology evangelist who is passionate about getting the most innovative technologies into the hands of young learners. She is a multiple time TPO topper, securing rank 1 in the computer science track in 2020 and 21, the past two editions of the TPO since the computer science track was introduced, actually. She has also received several other awards like the National Star Innovator Teacher in Progressive Teaching Excellence Award, National Effective Teacher Award, etc., to name a few. Welcome, Shilpi ma'am. Super happy to have you with us today.
Thank you so much, Riti. I'm myself very happy and elated to see all of you over here. Okay, I'm sure it will be a great learning experience for me as well.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now, coming to all our audience, I can see on the chat that we have so many teachers joining us from different parts of the country and even outside, some of them. Very happy and excited to see so many of you joining us, and so many of you joining us before we even start. Very grateful for it. Would be great if all of you can, I can already see many of you doing this, but if you could enter the name of your school, location, etc., too, along with your good evening greeting. And meanwhile, I'll also quickly introduce myself for those who don't know me. My name is Shruti, and I lead the learning products teams. I've been in CENTA for quite some time, and I work with the learning products team. So very happy to be facilitating today's webinar along with Shilpi ma'am. So good evening, Vaijanti ma'am from SR Public School, SJR Public School. Good evening, Swapna Tambe ma'am from My Kalyani School, Pune. Good evening, Hema Gupta ma'am from Central Academy, Barautu, Ranchi. Good evening, Menika Sharma from Sunbeam School, Lohartara, Varanasi. Uh, who else? Good evening, Debjani Datta ma'am from Nashik Cambridge School, Bindu Bell ma'am from Santanan Dharam Public School, East Punjab, Delhi, East Punjab Bhag, Delhi. Good evening, Afreen Shielder ma'am. Good evening, Jular sir from Bisrampur Government School. Great to see so many of you. Looking forward to more of you sharing. Good evening, Tulika ma'am from St. Clair's Convent Secondary School. Good evening, Ruchika ma'am from International Public School, Delhi. Good evening, Richa ma'am, Sushila Birla Girls School. Great. Keep it going. Love to see all of you sharing from where you're joining. And it's a great way to just, in a preliminary way, connect with everybody else who's here in today's webinar. Great. So on that note, let's get started with today's webinar. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Okay, great. So I hope my screen is visible. Would be great to see some yeses on the comments to know that, I'm sharing my screen and you're all able to see it. Great, thank you so much. So as I said, today's TPO webinar series is about decoding computer science track. It's a track that was newly introduced in 2020 and it's been in every edition of TPO since. So of course we have it this year as well. But before we move on to the computer science track, Quick facts, and I quickly want to talk about the TPO itself. So, as many of you might know, the first edition of the CENTA TPO was held in 2015, and we are proud to be currently hosting the 8th edition of the CENTA International TPO this year, in the 8th year of CENTA's existence. The CENTA TPO was started because CENTA is fundamentally about creating reward, recognition, and career growth for teachers. However, when you look at teacher career growth and aspirations itself, right, it happens over a longer period of time. So we wanted to introduce something that will lead to immediate reward and recognition for competent teachers. And the purpose of the CENTA TPO was to have an annual competition where teachers can compete in a large scale forum, showcase their competencies, and get immediately rewarded for the same. We have been fortunate over the years to have distinguished partners like Reliance Foundation, Education World, and others who have supported us in rewarding and recognizing competent teachers. So, as you can see, there are main partners throughout the years, this year as well, and here are some of the winners from our past editions. So, what about today's webinar? In today's webinar, we will be covering 3 to 4 main things, starting with a quick overview of the CENTA International TPO, and then we'll move on to details of the TPO prelims that is currently ongoing, format, mark scheme, competencies covered, etc. Then coming to the most interesting and important part of today's webinar, which is unpacking CENTA TPO computer science track using sample questions, which Shilpi ma'am is the best person to be taking us through it. So she will be doing that section. And then coming to the last part, which is a new section we've introduced this year about how to prepare for the CENTA International TPO. So we have some great resources for you to go through. So we will be covering all of this in today's webinar. So let's get started. Quick overview about the CENTA TPO. So as you can see, in 2015, CENTA TPO was in 7 cities. Cut to 2019, the TPO was organized in 75 cities and 2 countries. So it was a physical center-based test that happened till 2019. And then 2020 onwards, of course, COVID hit, and then a lot of people had to adapt to the online space, online paradigm. And similarly, CENTA also shifted to it. So 2021, 2, and now this year as well, CENTA TPO, International TPO, is fully online and international. That means you can take it from the comfort of your homes as long as you have great internet, good internet connectivity, and a laptop or a phone, preferably a laptop or a desktop. From 2015 to 2022, 23, let's see what the progress has been, progression in terms of subject tracks. So in 2015, the TPO only had 9 subject tracks. Cut to this year, we have 39 subject tracks. So literally 30 tracks more than what we had in 2019. And some of the new interesting tracks we have this year are primary school EVS, several Hindi language tracks, co-curricular tracks, and more. Computer science, of course, has been there since 2020. So this will be the 3rd year of the computer science track. 2015 to 2020, we only had multiple choice questions in the TPO. This year, and not just this year, last year, 21 onwards, we have MCQs along with video submissions because we realize the importance of actually having a video component, teachers recording themselves teaching, how crucial and important it is, not just to the Olympiad, but from a pedagogical lens, but also in terms of basic communication. How can you certify a teacher or declare them a winner without having tested these skills? So which is why a verbal communication test was introduced as part of the CENTA TPO. So in a nutshell, the CENTA International TPO is fully online, has 2 stages, the prelims, and the toppers in the prelims are invited to the finals. It's fully international, and it's a 2-hour test for prelims, 50 MCQ plus 2 short videos, which I will be slowly in a minute discussing about the format of the TPO. But I'll just pause for 10 to 15 seconds in this slide so that you get a flavor or an idea of what the TPO is in a nutshell. Great. Okay, so let's now quickly move on to the format of the TPO prelim, the one which is ongoing right now. The next few slots, I think the next one is upcoming next week, and then there are a few more slots in Jan and February, and March is when we conclude the prelims, right? So there are a few more slots for all of you to take up the TPO prelim for those who haven't registered yet. Okay, so the TPO prelims has 50 MCQs with 2 videos constituting or comprising of 100 marks in total. Let's look at what the breakup of this is. So the 50 MCQ, which is a multiple choice questions, there are 50 questions and this accounts for 75 marks. The verbal communication test has 2 questions and this accounts for 25 marks. So overall 100 marks. Let's further break this down. So the multiple choice questions has 4 sections. Subject expertise, which is 20 questions for 30 marks. Subject pedagogical content knowledge, also known as subject PCK, which is 8 questions for 10 marks. Common pedagogy questions, 12 questions for 20 marks, and professional competency questions, 10 questions for 15 marks. So the common questions, which are common pedagogy and the professional competencies, we have already done a webinar in the beginning on this. So you can please go ahead and refer to the past webinars that we have done on the TPO resource page, which I'll be introducing shortly. The subject expertise and subject PCK, or pedagogical content knowledge questions, we will be covering in today's sample questions. Coming to the verbal communication test. So you have 2 videos, video 1 and video 2. Video 1 is a subject specific verbal evaluation. There's 1 question for 15 marks. Video 2 is a subject agnostic verbal evaluation, not related to computer science, but related to your basic communication skills, which is 1 question for 10 marks. So again, I'll pause here for 10 seconds so that you can have a good look at what this year's TPO prelim format looks like. So if many of you, have any questions, please feel free to put it on the comment section. The CENTA team will be taking up your questions and we will try to address as many as we can. Okay, let's move on. So let's come to quickly discuss the framework. Like, what does the platform even look like, the test taking platform? Very simple, very seamless. So the multiple choice paper, which is a 50 question and 90-minute or 1.5-hour test, has 4 sections like we already discussed: subject expertise, subject PCK, common pedagogy, and professional competencies. And this is the below screen is how the actual test taking platform looks like. So it happens on a platform called Aon. And as you can see on the screen very clearly, the candidate's name will be given, the candidate ID. The name is not given. It's always the candidate ID that you can see that will be displayed. The time, how much, there is a timer which clearly indicates how much time has passed since you have started the test. And since it's 90 minutes, the minute it reaches 1 hour 50 minutes, 60 minutes, sorry, it 1 hour 30 minutes, sorry, it automatically closes, right? So basically it's a 90-minute test. And you can see very clearly in the sections it lists down which section you're currently taking. Is it subject expertise, PCK, common pedagogy, etc. And this is how the question appears. Question with 4 options. You have to click on the correct answer and move on. And you can switch between sections. You can come back and change your correct option. So it's quite flexible that way. So this is the MCQ test. Coming to the verbal communication test, this happens on a platform called Zoom, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. So once you're done with the MCQ test, you get an invitation to come invite to join the verbal communication test, wherein you will be put into respective breakout rooms depending on the subject that you're appearing for. And then you will have a CENTA subject matter expert who will be posing questions in front of you. You get the questions like on an immediate basis. What you're supposed to do is, it's very spontaneous in the moment. You get 5 minutes to prepare and then 5 minutes to present. So you will be given the option, three options from which you have to pick one. Both for video one, there'll be a premise or a context or a situation, and you're given three topics. You have to pick any one topic, 5 minutes prepare for it, and 5 minutes present. Similarly for video two. So overall, this takes about 20 to 25 minutes, and with the entire coordination of you joining, leaving, etc., 30 minutes. And as you can see, it happens on a breakout room, Zoom breakout room. So you will be allocated a specific breakout room once you join the invite link that you will receive on your registered email ID. So this is how the two parts of the TPO prelims works, the MCQ and the verbal communication test. Now that we are done with the overall overview of TPO and deep dived into the specifics of what the TPO looks like in practice, I do want to take a moment and quickly thank our partners. So I would like to introduce our partners for this year's CENTA TPO. Our primary partners so far are Reliance Foundation and Education World. So Reliance Foundation and Education World, like I said, are our primary partners. We also have additional partners like the University of Buckingham, University of California, Santa Cruz, Oxford University Press, also known as OUP, In Spirit, VR, Firki, and many other additional partners like Tag Hive, Key Education Foundation, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, etc. I would also like to take this time to introduce some of our partners over the years who have supported our initiative. As you can see on the screen, there's Bharti Foundation, Think Startup, Central Square Foundation, Varki Foundation, Michael and Susan Dell, Lenovo, Pearson, T4, The Hindu, and HCL, and many, many more. So very grateful for all the support our partners have shown over the years. So, as we talk about partners, what do the partners bring to TPO, right? So, all the partners bring many, many interesting prizes and rewards, some of which are listed on the screen for you. So, let me talk about a few of them in today's webinar. The Reliance Foundation Teacher Awards are given every year to the winners of the CENTA TPO. Cash awards worth rupees 20 lakhs. I do want to inform though that this award is restricted to India based participants. Other awards are open to everyone, India and international. We also have premium training opportunities from Oxford University Press, OUP, University of Buckingham, University of California, Santa Cruz, to name a few. OUP has training programs affiliated with Oxford University. University of Buckingham has projects where the winners will get the opportunity to be mentored on a short research project by the professors in Buckingham University, along with a certificate of teaching excellence. University of California, Santa Cruz is offering curated trainings and enrollment into their summer program in California. So you get to go to California and take up the program. InSpirit is providing access to a one-of-a-kind software suite, 3D and VR toolkit specifically for science toppers, science subject toppers. So as you can see, there's a bunch of different interesting, exciting professional development and growth opportunities that have been included in the prizes this year. Coming to education world, they will be providing media recognition to the winning teachers and the schools with the maximum number of winners. So a lot of times teachers talk about how there's a lot of exposure that they get within their school ecosystem, within the parents of their students, within their students of how good they are and appreciation, etc. But it does not go beyond that. And I think education world as a prize, I mean, is trying to solve that problem, right? By giving media recognition in all the teaching communities about the winners and the schools with the maximum number of winners. So we also have exclusive opportunities by Tata Institute of Social Science, which is TIS for toppers from B.Ed colleges. As you know, the Tata Institute of Social Science has a wing which is focused on education and student teachers, right? So also I would like to point out that winners will receive digital badges, certificates, and a fully confidential scorecard. So unless you have registered on behalf of your institution or organization or from their side, your scorecard is fully confidential and only available to you, personal to you, and it's up to you if you want to share it with anyone else. So that's another unique thing about the CENTA TPO. So in a nutshell, this is what the CENTA TPO is about. to reward, recognize, and celebrate the teaching profession. We are very, very thankful that a large number of partners, be it corporate, government, legends like Brian Lara or Harvard professor Fernando Reimers, have been supporting this initiative over the years. Also, for teachers like many of you who have been participating year after year to test yourself, challenge yourself, reflect for yourself. Very grateful for this support and participation that we see from you year after year. So, on that note, I also want to congratulate and bring forward Shilpi ma'am, who is going to be taking over now. She's an inspiring example of someone who's a two-time TPO topper. So before you take over, ma'am, we would love to hear your own experience of taking the TPO. How has it been for you? Why did you decide to even take up a teacher's Olympiad like this? What's the impact it had in your professional life, and whatever else you would want to share with the audience about your experience and your tips, tricks, etc. Before you get started with the sample questions for the day. So over to you, Shilpi, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Shruti. Well, first question, why I decided to take this TPO center examination. It's simple, why we all are here to validate my teaching skills and to raise my confidence level in my subject expertise area. Okay. So, you have been working in an area for years after years, and then you want it to be validated. You want to have validation of what you have been doing, and center provides you that. Okay. This is the reason why I decided that I want to give CENTA. And as Shruti ma'am has mentioned before, CENTA has started with the particular computer science track 2 years ago only. So before that, I have written to them that why this computer science track is not there. I really wanted to have it. I really wanted to validate myself. Okay. And when they started the track, they mailed me back. They sent a mail to me informing me that the track has been started and now it's all over to you. I was like, okay, now I have to try it. There's no option. I was the one who wanted it. So let me give it a try. And with God's grace, I could manage to crack the CENTA TPO both the years. So winning the CENTA TPO badge of honor has seriously strengthened my beliefs in my teaching practices because I believe in being successful yet being considerate to my students. I feel a sense of achievement and pride because center challenges us to think beyond subject expertise. Now, I feel I'm a confident technology evangelist who creates interactive, engaging, and meaningful experiences for my students. Believe me, when I say that when I won the CENTA TPO Computer Science program for consecutive 2 years, this is indeed an amazing feeling. Okay, no match to it. But as Howard Cosell rightly said, the ultimate victory in competition is derived from the inner satisfaction of knowing that you have done your best and that you have gotten the most out of what you had to give. And this is what keeps motivating me in appearing for the center again and again every year. Seriously, I did not prepare anything extra for Center, but writing Center has definitely helped me get insights of my teaching competencies and create a future development path for myself. Center in particular has helped me in self-reflection and assessing my strengths. Center questions are not theoretical, they are test applications of the knowledge. This center really helps a teacher understand the pedagogy. Okay, so I'm very happy to see that you all are here, and I'm sure you are ready to take a leap by attending this seminar today, this webinar today. You'll be learning and decoding more about what to do in this computer science track and how to crack this exam. Well, Shruti ma'am, shall I continue with the questions? So let us look at sample center TPO questions. Here comes your first question. For this question, you need to log into www.menti.com. The passcode for the Mentimeter question is 53928876. The same has been put in the comment section. So you have to click on menti.com. Then you need to enter your passcode 53928876. I'll read the first question for you. Ma'am, can I have the first question? So this is an MCQ based question. Section subject expertise, topic keyboard shortcuts, and level is beginner. Which of the following keyboard commands will change computer science to the computer science in MS Word? You can see the difference in the both, right? Option A, Control plus X. Option B, Control plus U. C, Control plus B. Or D, Control plus I. I repeat the question for you once more. Which of the following keyboard commands will change computer science to computer science in this form in MS Word? Option A, Control plus X. Option B, Control plus U. Option C, Control plus B. And option D, Control plus I. You are requested to log into menti.com and enter the code 53928876. So we can see a lot of responses. Most of the people voting for D. The link is being posted again in the chat comment area. Please check the link, see the code and enter your correct answer, register your correct answer in the menti.com. So 23 people have voted for D. 2 have voted for C and 1 person has voted for B. More votes goes to D. All of you are requested to enter your responses on Mentimeter instead of the chat. Okay, so moving to the correct answer. A is the wrong one, B is the wrong one, C is the wrong one. So D is the correct. Control plus I is the correct answer. A, Control plus X. This is the shortcut for cut. Control plus U is a shortcut to underline a given text. Control plus B will make the text turn into bold. Control plus I changes the text into italics. That means it gets tilted a bit, which is clearly visible. Yes, Nishamanu ma'am, it is changed to italics. So let's move to the next question. Please re-enter your menti.com and the codes. Question 2, topic number system and logic gates, level advanced. Our student has created a working model in which an input in decimal number system, let's say X, is converted to an output number, let's say Y, based on the specified number system or the base entered, which is Z. For X is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, y was equal to 2322. What was the value of z in order to get this output? Do you think z was a 2, 10, 16, or option D, that is 8? All of you, please log into menti.com. The link has been posted once again in the comment section. I repeat the question once again. A student has created a working model in which an input in decimal number system, let's say x, is converted to an output number, let's say y, based on the specified number system or the base entered. Let's say this is z. So for x is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, y was equal to 2, 3, 2, 2. What was the value of z in order to get this output? Do you think it's option A, that's 2? Do you think it is B, that is 10? Or C, 16? Or D, 8? You all are requested to register your answer in menti.com. So we have got two answers till now. They have voted for D. You are requested to log into www.menti.com and enter the code. You will be able to see this question on the screen. So we can see people have started registering their answers. Come on, everyone. Please check if the question was not visible to you. You must be able to see the question now. Just refresh the page and try again. Shruti ma'am, can I see the number? How many people have voted for D? Okay, thank you. So 16 people have voted for option D. 9 people, 17 have voted for D rather. 9 for C and 8 people for B. Okay, so you can see the D is the correct answer. A, B, and C are the wrong answers. Let's talk about Y. Shruti ma'am, can we have the answers on the screen? If you look at the value X, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and Y, which is 2, 3, 2, 2, looking at the value, you can clearly see that Y is containing 2, 3, 2, 2. So it cannot belong to base 2. Because base 2, as we all know, it's a binary number system. So the answer should have been a combination of 1 zeros, 1 and zeros. So if it would have been a base 2, the answer would have been 1 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 1 0. If Z would have been base 10, then Y should be exactly similar to X because we are using the same base. So there will be no change. So answer 2, if you have chosen answer 2, you are totally wrong. If you have chosen to answer B, then also you are totally wrong. Now, Among the C and the D, you have a choice. Okay, the correct answer over here is D, because if you'll convert this number, the conversion of 1234, okay, from decimal to octal number system will be giving you the answer as 2322. In the 16th base, if we are doing the conversion, it will get converted into 4D2. So the correct answer is D. And congratulations to all those who got correct. Never mind others. Okay, it happens. Okay, so you all are able to crack. Mostly, most of you were able to crack. That's really great. Next, let's move to the next question. Question number 3. It is about subject specific knowledge. Okay, so the topic is learning objectives. Students will be able to identify different input and output peripheral devices using the given diagram. Which of the following is the condition in the learning objective given above? A. Students will be able to. B. Identify. C. Different input and output peripheral devices. D. Using the given diagram. You are requested to please enter your answer on menti.com. Please log into menti.com. Enter the code 53928876. I repeat the question once more for you. Students will be able to identify different input and output peripheral devices using the given diagram. Which of the following is the condition in the learning objective given above? A. Students will be able to. B. Identify. C. Different input and output peripheral devices. D. Using the given diagram. Okay, I can see the answers are flooding. "22 people have voted for D, 11 for C, 6 people for B, 5 for A. So we have answers for all the options here. Majority people voting for D. Okay, so as you can see, D is the correct answer. A, B, C are the wrong answers. So let's quickly talk about why this is correct and others are incorrect. An effective learning objective will have 3 components: performance, condition, and criteria. Condition, basically, we talk about condition. You describe the condition in which the student is learning. It answers the question, what is the student using to achieve the learning objective? So, this is what are they going to use to achieve this learning objective? Learning objective over here is they should be able to identify different input and output peripheral devices. And how they'll be able to achieve this? Using the given diagram, they should be able to identify this. Okay, so the correct answer is using the given diagram, option D. A is incorrect. This option does not fall under any of the component of a learning objective. B, it is an operational word which mentions the skill being built. Sorry. And C is incorrect. This depicts the content being learned through this objective. Okay, it's not talking about the condition. Shruti ma'am, we can move to the next question. All of you, please log in. Question 4. This is also subject specific PCK. Talking about black and white box texting, which of the following examples is an appropriate way for a teacher to demonstrate black box testing to the students? A. Show how a search engine browser like Google can be used to search anything on the internet using keywords. B. For a given program code, execute every line of code and show students what output is obtained for each line. C. Share a faulty working device with students and ask them to identify what could be causing the issue. And D. Ask students to write an alternative code for the given code which would help the device perform better. Please log into menti.com and reply over there. I repeat the question once more for you. Which of the following examples is an appropriate way for a teacher to demonstrate black box testing to students? A. Show how a search engine browser can be used to search anything on the internet using keywords. B. For a given program code, execute every line of code and show students what output is obtained for each line. C. Share a faulty working device with students and ask them to identify what could be causing the issue. D. Ask students to write an alternative code for the given code which would help the device perform better. Let's see what is your response on menti.com. So 14 people have voted for D, 11 for C, 7 for A and 6 for B. Come on everyone, quickly register your answer. Ma'am, can we have the right answer? Right answer is A. So for A is correct because black box testing mainly focuses on input and output of software applications, and it is entirely based on software requirements and specifications. B is incorrect. This could be taken as an example to explain white box testing, not the black box. C is incorrect because black box testing does not involve getting into the working of a device. It is only going to check overall behavior of a device. And last, D is incorrect because it's a high level coding skills and aligned with white box testing. Definitely not black box testing where students are not aware of the code. Moving to the next one. Question 5. Topic is assessment design and implementation. For the topic on functions of a computer, which of the following question is most relevant to be used for assessment as learning? A. What will happen if data was received by the computer but no processing took place? B. List the functions of a computer that you have fully understood and the ones you have a doubt about. C. For a total of 10 marks, draw and explain different functions of a computer using a flowchart. And D. Using the given answer key, re-look at your answer and incorporate missing points. Please log into menti.com and register your answer over there. I repeat the question once more. For the topic on functions of a computer, which of the following questions is most relevant to be used for assessment as learning? What will happen if the data was received by the computer but no processing took place? B. List the functions of a computer that you have fully understood and the ones you have a doubt about. For a total of 10 marks, draw and explain different functions of a computer using a flowchart. D. Using the given answer key, relook at your answer and incorporate missing points. Come on, everyone, log into menti.com and register your answer over there. So we can see 10 people have given answer B, 9 D, now it's 10 people D, 11 people B. So clearly people are thinking either of B and D. And you know, this is what happens in CENTA TPO. You are always stuck with two answers. You can eliminate two very easily, and then among the two, you keep thinking, oh God, which can be the, they are so close. They design the question so beautifully that we get stuck. Come on, awaiting answers from more people. So, Shruti, can we have the answers, please? So the last minute, we have B as the highest voted option, and it's the correct one. Okay. A is incorrect. This is an example of an exercise for assessment for learning. B is indeed the correct answer. Assessment as learning occurs when students are their own assessors. Students monitor their own learning, ask questions, and use a range of strategies to decide what they know and can do, and how to use assessment for new learning. This is an example of an exercise for assessment as learning. Students reflect on their own thought process to figure out what they found easy or difficult. C is incorrect. This is an example of assessment of learning since it involves marks. D incorrect but close. As we can see, people were quite confused. This is an example of an exercise for assessment of learning since students are given the answer key and asked to revise and they are not reflecting about their own understanding. So these were few MCQs. I'm sure it must be fun trying them. Now talking about the verbal evaluation. In the verbal evaluation, you have to make two videos. For example, video one, you get a subject specific verbal evaluation, one question, 15 minutes max. Okay. This 15 minutes is not that you have to speak for 15 minutes. This is the overall time generally. So question could be choose any one of the following topics for introduction in your classroom. 1. Firewall. 2. Algorithms to solve computational problems. 3. Use of multiple layers in Photoshop. Okay, as Shruti ma'am told in the beginning, you will be getting some time for preparation and then you need to present your idea. Video 2, it is a subject agnostic verbal evaluation. It uses 10 minutes. For example, question could be choose any one of the following topics and share your thoughts. Does use of technology affect student learning? What steps can you take if parents of a student are not attending scheduled parent-teacher meeting? When should skill-based education begin for students? So these are some of the examples. Okay, now over to Shruti ma'am. She'll explain the rest of the parts of the webinar. Okay, thank you so much. I'm sure you all must have enjoyed going through these MCQs. It's really a fun exercise to attempt these questions. Thank you so much. Shruti ma'am, you are on mute. You cannot be heard.
Hello.
Yes, you are audible now.
I'm audible? Great. So I was just saying, thank you so much, Shilpi ma'am. I think, even in the background, just attending this webinar, I was having a lot of fun too. And I think it's not just because of the questions, I think it's because of what you brought to the webinar as well. You're so cheerful, smiling always, and, just your voice, the teacher voice that you have. I think it just added so much more fun element. And I'm sure a lot of students also tell that about you, but I think I noticed that firsthand in today's webinar. So I think it was super fun, and thank you so much for adding that fun element to what can otherwise end up, not being very fun. So thank you so much for coming today and conducting this entire webinar for us, and just enjoying in the process, and adding very valuable insights for every question, and sharing why it's correct, why it's incorrect. I think this was very, very valuable. So thank you so much for making time today, ma'am. So on that note, I'll just quickly end today's webinar with the last two slides, but very, very important slides. So first question is, now that we've gone through all of this in terms of, like the overview of TPO, we have looked at sample questions, we have looked at the format and all of it. I think the next question is, how do I prepare for CENTA International TPO, right? And this is something that we newly introduced this year. So we have introduced a CENTA TPO resources page. So you can find it in the comments section as well. Just log on to, and this page is free of access. Anybody can, it's just as part of the CENTA website itself. There is a section called the CENTA TPO resources page, TPO resources page. So this page is your one-stop shop for everything you need to prepare for the CENTA International TPO. There are sample questions. So in today's webinar, we only covered 5. This page has many, many more sample questions for each of the subjects across all 4 sections. Then there's the live webinar. All of these live webinars that are happening, you can find the details in the page. Recorded webinars, the past webinars that you may have missed out for other subjects, you can find that in this page. Guides to prepare for the CENTA International TPO, a curious corner with new resources added every day, short resources called CENTA shots or CENTA cards. All of this is available in this page. So please go ahead. It's free of access. Please go ahead and access the page. There are a lot of free products and some paid self-paced courses and other products also that can directly help you prepare for the CENTA International TPO. And we are adding many, many more every week. So please stay tuned and do leverage this page that we have made available for all of you on popular demand, that, we take up the TPO, but we want material or resources to prepare for it. So please do go to the page and explore it and look it up. If time permits, I will also try to do a quick demo at the end of the webinar. So now that we have explained and discussed everything about the CENTA International TPO, I think the last step that's left now is how to register for the CENTA International TPO. Very simple, very seamless. Step one, go to this link. Again, it'll be, you can see it in the ticker, you can see it on your screen, you can see it in the comment section. Go to centa.org/TPO 2022. There you can see a blue button called Register Now. Click on the Register Now button. Fill the TPO registration form, submit and pay. So the cost is a one-time payment of rupees 990 plus GST. You do not have to pay anything if you qualify for the finals. You're directly invited to the finals. That's free of cost. It's just a one-time payment for the prelims that you need to pay. And a surprise notice for all, or surprise announcement rather for all of you, is that we do have a coupon code live right now called JAN16 TPO, JAN16 TPO, which you can use and avail a 10% discount. So if you fill the TPO registration form right now, you can submit, and there is a coupon code section. Please fill this coupon code for a 10% discount. I was observing that so many of you, we were getting 50, 55 responses, like some of the highest responses and participation for a webinar today. And I also noticed that most of you were getting the answers correct, which means you're already, ready, you're already prepared for the TPO. So what are you waiting for? I think you should definitely go and register if you haven't registered already, and register for the TPO. You're definitely well prepared if most of you have been getting all the answers correct for the questions. So great going, great participation today. Very grateful to Shilpi ma'am for making time and conducting today's webinar, and grateful for all of you as well for being available, making time and attending webinar every Monday, every Thursdays, every event we do without fail, and also showing up well before we show up as well. So very, very happy for all of it. I will, now that we have 4 minutes left, I will just quickly take you through the CENTA TPO resources page also, so that all of you can just get a quick flavor of what the page looks like. And in the very first, one of the first comments I read was one of the teachers asking for computer science resources, how to prepare for the computer science track. So maybe I can also specifically take you through that and show you what it looks like. So if my screen is visible, you can see that this is the, if you go to centa.org, this is the third tab. It's the CENTA TPO resources page. So of course you can see live webinars that are happening here. So as you can see, you can watch the past webinars that are happening. You can also look up sample questions for different tracks. So if you go to grade agnostic, you can see the computer science track here. So school leader track, co-curricular track, and the computer science track are 3 grade agnostic tracks. So if you click on this, you will get access to the syllabus of computer science, sample questions of computer science. Similarly, if you come here, you can also see the syllabus of the computer science track. And I think this is paramount to prepare, right? Syllabus and sample questions. And that is readily available for free over here. All you have to do is just come, click on computer science syllabus. And once you enter your name, email, and mobile number, you should be able to download it. And you can see that there are a lot of focused preparation for CENTA TPO also. So we do talk about a course. There is a self-paced course on how to build teacher competencies, and our common pedagogy section, professional competencies section, has a lot of questions that are to do with building teacher competencies, even our subject sections, but specifically the common sections, right? This is a great course you can take to actually prepare. There are many more relevant courses, assessments, what, why. You saw the last question was on assessment as learning. So a self-paced course like this will actually help you prepare for it. How to remediate student results. We do have questions on insights from assessments. So all of this will help you prepare for the TPO. And we also have freely available instructions and demo of how to take the CENTA TPO MCQ test, how to take the CENTA TPO verbal communication test. So you can find the instructions and a demo for all of this on the TPO resource page, and many more. Like we have many more short resources called CENTA Shorts, CENTA Cards in different languages as well. As you can see, about the CENTA standards, and testimonials of what different teachers across the world who have taken the CENTA TPO are telling about it. So as you can see, there's a plethora of information available here at your disposal. So please go ahead and go to the page, look it up, and then register for the TPO as well. As you can see, there is the TPO registration button here as well that you can go and register for your track. Great. So on that note, and like I said, do avail the discount coupon as well, JAN16TPO. On that note, we come to the end of today's webinar. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Hope you had a good time. It was a good use of your 1 hour from 5 to 6. And you are leaving today's webinar with something new and a lot of learnings. Great to see all of you, hoping to see many of you at the TPO, taking up the TPO prelims, and hoping to see many of you at the finals and winning, emerging as winners, and benefiting all the prizes and rewards. Great. So happy evening. Good evening, everyone. See you next time. Stay tuned for the next set of webinars. Goodbye.